up for a new tutorial. I thought I would show you today how I do my project bags. Oh, this needs some ironing. And I don't know if you can tell what my theme is here. The thing is, I have a kid that turned 16 on Friday. It is Tuesday today. And I thought I would make a YouTube inspired project bag. And there are two because I want one myself as well. We're very much into YouTube in this house. Now, please note that this is not official YouTube merch in any way. This is not something that neither I or anyone else could make and sell commercially. It's a fan thing. We're YouTube fans. We love YouTube. So I wanted to make this, and I made pillows, YouTube pillows for Christmas for the kids a couple of years ago. So I thought this could be a fun add-on. So what I do is I cut, let's see now. First I cut the fabric in this shape, and this is not rocket science in any way. It's just my starting point is the zipper that is 30 centimeters long, so I want the fabric to have that width. And as for how tall it is, I just went with something that felt good. So I need a front and a back in this fabric, and this is a very, very thin flouncy fabric. It doesn't have any stability at all. So I have also cut some sturdy interfacing that I will add on. We have the zippers. I have my decoration, and this will be only on one side. So what I will do is I will stitch around all edges with a zigzag, very tight zigzag in white, and then in red around this area. And once I've done that for both pieces and given it some ironing and added the interfacing, I will be adding the zipper and the lining for the inside. So that's what we're starting with. I am going to start adding the decor to the front of my bags. Oh, and also when I cut the bags, as you can see, I have left out the corners here, and there's a particular reason for that, and I will show you that once we get to that point. Okay, so I'm going to go do some sewing and I'll be right back. Okay, we are making progress. Now, something I did decide to do was to use interfacing for these small pieces as well before attaching them to the front of the project bag, just to make it sturdier and to prevent the fabric from stretching. I've done that. I don't know what I was thinking when I was cutting the interfacing here, but whatever. And I have ironed that, and I've added it to the back as well, and I've also done a small press up here, because the next thing we are going to do now is to add the zipper. And I am going to show you, yes, I'm going to show you how I do that in just a second. Before I stitch in the zipper, I just thought I'd show you real quick what I do to put in the zipper. And I use this Wonder Tape that I put on the zipper, and it's tape on both sides. I'll just pull off this, and then I will kind of tape it in place to the fabric, like so. And this makes it easier to pin it in place before sewing. So I think that helps a lot. So if you think adding zippers is really fiddly and messy and not all that fun, that's a tip for you. Wonder Tape is awesome to help with that. Now I'm just going to add a couple of needles here, and then I will add Wonder Tape on this side as well, and I will add the lining for the inside, and I will stitch that together first. Pins are in, and I have the front and the facing on the inside. And next I'm going to be stitching the zipper. And I will use black thread on this side, and the bottom thread or the inside thread I will be using red. So, it's not that hard. I'm sure you can do this. Okay, so I'm going to add the zipper to the other one as well, and I'm going to do some stitching. Okay, we're almost done the hard work. I just stitched this side to the zipper, and I have added tape to the other side for the back side of the bag. Let me see if I can peel off this cover. There you go. And we'll just tape this to the zipper. There you go. Now we'll flip it inside out. Like so. And we will add, oops, Wonder Tape here as well. I'm telling you, this is, when I found Wonder Tape, that was such a game changer for adding zippers. Made it so much easier. Because, you know, even though I don't mind doing zippers, but they're not fun. Absolutely not. Okay. And we have the fabric that is going on the inside, and we'll just tape that to the zipper as well. Okay. There we go. And add a couple of pins just to secure everything before heading to the sewing machine again. And once this is done, we have done all the hard work. The zipper is the hard work for this one. Then we're done. We're making progress, and we are actually very close to done now. What's coming up next is we are going to make handles for our bags, which will be attached like so. And for that I have cut 2 pieces of fabric, rectangular fabric, and I'm going to stitch this together on the long side. I'm going to use my serger for this, but you can use a regular sewing machine as well. And then I will turn it inside out, and we'll attach it to the bag and start finishing up. Handles have been sewn, turned inside out and given a press, and now we are going to start the final assembly of our project bag. Now we want to add the handle, and we are going to stitch together the outsides of the project bag. Now we want the handle, of course, to be on the outside as well, so we will fold that double, and we will place it at the height we want it, about there, and we will turn over the other outside as well, and we are going to pin this together. So now the handle is pinned in between the 2 pieces of fabric. And we are going to pin this side, and we're going to pin the other side as well. This will be a slightly fiddly because we have a zipper up here, but not too bad. We'll add a couple of pins here. Now I'm going to be using my serger for stitching together the project bag, but you can use just a regular sewing machine as well. That's fine, just fine. And the bottom as well. Now, the thing now is, when you are stitching together the outsides, you do only the sides and the bottom. You do not stitch the cutout corners. Those we're going to utilize later to make a more squared bottom or rectangular bottom. So I'm going to pin the other one as well, and I'm going to stitch together these sides, and I will be back. Okay, now we are really starting to make progress, and I forgot to say earlier that you might want, or you do want, to open your zipper ever so slightly. You can check that the handle is properly attached as well. And what we're doing next is we are going to use the squares, or we're actually going to do this. And we are going to stitch together this way on both sides. So you grab the corner on each side. You grab the corner at each side and just pull it out like that. And you will stitch it together like so. After you've done that, we are going to do the same thing for the inside of the bag. We are going to stitch together the sides and the bottom and one of the cutout corners. We will leave the other one because we are going to turn the whole project inside out through that last hole. So we're leaving one. So next I will be doing the corners on the outside fabric, the sides, the bottom, and one of the cutouts for the inside. We're almost done. Next up is a bit of a magic trick. We have stitched the corners on the bottom, I have stitched the sides and the bottom of the inside, and I have stitched across one side, one of the corners, and I have left the other. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this entire project inside out through this hole. And this is a bit fiddly, I'm not gonna lie. First of all, I think I'm going to locate that zipper and open that all the way. There we go. So that I can get a good grip here. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Like I said, fiddly is the word. There we go. Okay, there's the inside. And here is the outside. I'm going to poke out the corners on each side. I'm going to, so there we are. And we are going to, and there is the handle as well. So we are pretty much done now, and the only thing left now, fix that seam, is to stitch up that hole inside. And once you've done that, I usually just fold in like that. Oh, this was fiddly. Like that. Just put a couple of pins in it, and I just stitch it across. And then after that, I'm going to give it another press. And then you're done. That's it. And all the stitching, all the seams, everything is now on the inside between the lining on the inside and the outside fabric. So you have no visible seams anywhere. Easy. Christmas tip, perhaps. Christmas present for your favorite YouTuber. So I'm going to go finish up these two and give them a bit of a press, and that's that.
Keep your tongue inside your mouth. far too sweet to have any doubts.